Okay, friends, starting off laying down. Just take your time to settle in. You want to spread your back out on the floor. Put a little tuck underneath your shoulder blades. Kind of lifting your rib cage up off the floor. And just start to take up more and more space until you are very spread out and soft on the floor. Allow the whole front side of your body to relax. The whole back side of your body, relax. Allow your breath to be so big here. Okay, use your imagination. I like to imagine that the breath is moving through, in between, and around all my cells. Okay, almost like breathing with your whole body. What would that feel like? New, fresh, clean air comes in. Everything else goes out. And just finding a lot of movement here with your biggest breath can give you such an amazing opportunity to massage and warm up your whole torso. So hopefully you'll start to feel the tissues of your whole spinal column. You'll feel the activity of breathing in those muscles. The spreading open. And the squeezing inward. And keep your big breath moving. And we'll just add in some movement here. Bring your feet in close by your hips. I'm going to step them in so the knees point up. And if you walk your feet away from each other, you can make some windshield wipers with your legs, dropping them side to side. Nice and slow. Really nothing to rush about here. Just feeling how the legs drop down to the earth, side to side. So beginning to kind of massage out your hips and your low back here. Twisting, wringing out. Okay, and you can, maybe after a few rounds, you notice this gets a little more fluid. Maybe the tissues have warmed up and loosened up a little. And you can make it a little more firm, pressing downward with your knees when they come down. So you'll be feeling a little bit more movement in your inner and outer hip, and you can decide what feels right. Okay, let's just take a few more times on each side. It feels nice to get a little movement. And then we want to deepen this twist now because we've warmed the low back and the hips quite nicely. So point the knees up and pause right there. Pick your feet up and then glue your legs together into one bent, fused together leg. Let's make some cactus arms here. We can press them gently into the floor, creating some extra stability in the spine, okay? in the upper spine. And from there, we can allow the legs to hover on one side, hover, bring them through center, and hover them on the other side. Hover. Keep breathing. Think inhale through center, and exhale to hover. Keep it going. Inhale through center, exhale to hover. Start looking away from your knees. So you're moving this twist through the whole length of your spine, okay? Nice and slow, keep it going. Maybe 3 more times on each side. Do your best to keep lifting your heart upward as you twist. 2 more times on each side. Hover and hover. Last one. Okay, hover. Then come on back through center and pause. Okay, pause back at center. Stick all your legs up in the air. And we're going to circle the ankles out. Okay, nice circles in one direction. And then remember that you want to take it in the other direction. And we want to cultivate some warmth in the calves and the shins. So maybe let's do some figure eights as well. Figure eights. Some nice mobility in your ankles is always nice. Reverse your figure eights. I'm starting to feel this in my calves and shins. Maybe you are too. Okay. From here, we're going to pause and cross your right leg over your left. And we're going to bend at the knees. And you can single cross at the knee, or you can double cross at the shin, okay? So single or double, either way. Drop your tippy toes to the ground and just move your hips over to the right. You're just going to shift them to the right so that you can more fluidly drop your knees to the left. And you're looking to the right now, away from your knees. Let's take some long, slow breath right here in this nice twist. So use your arms to gently push the floor down. Think of lifting your sternum up to the sky. Breathe deeply into your belly and your chest. Feel this great twist unrolling, kind of peeling open all the tissue in the right side of your lower back, across your glute and your right hip, okay? All the way up into your right shoulder and chest. One more big breath here into your open right side. And then bring it back through center, but keep your legs crossed like they are, okay? Use whatever feet are on the floor to move your hips to the left now. Okay, we still have the right leg crossed on top. But now let's let the knees drop to the right. Look to the left and pause to take time here. Okay, shoulder blades underneath you, cactus arms gently pressed down. Same thing as on the other side. Press down in your arms as you lift your sternum. Breathe deeply, the whole side body here expanding and contracting. One more breath. Okay, bring this shape with your legs back through center. Pause here, Okay, pick your feet up off the floor now. Bring your tangled up knees in closer to your chest. And you can start to grab for your knees with your hands, okay? However you want to grab those knees, start to pull them in closer to you. Do your best to ground your shoulder blades if you could. And we'll breathe here, squeezing those knees inward. If you want some nice release in your hip creases, okay, you can pull on the knees more. If it's too much, you can soften up on your pull. Okay, feels nice in that right hip. One more breath, pull on those knees. And then release your legs here. You can untangle them. Give them a nice little shake out, okay? Maybe some windshield wipers. Ooh, some pops maybe. Things are moving around. And then from here, let's get all the legs up in the air again. Circle the ankles. And figure 8. Both directions, please. Until you feel your shins kind of getting a little tired. Okay, and then pause. Cross the left leg over the right. You can single cross at the knee or double cross at the shin. Cactus arms to stabilize your upper body. And we'll start to tiptoe those toes to the floor. Move your hips to the left first, and we're going to drop the knees to the right. So twisting, we look to the left. Take your time right here. Okay, we're just going to be here. So maybe think 5 or 6, maybe more long, slow breaths. Sinking in, letting this posture do its magic. But even as you sink down and surrender to this posture, give it just the right amount of activation to unlock the magic of it, okay? And by that I mean activate the arms gently against the floor and lift the sternum upward. So you just create the right amount of support and space, and the posture does the rest. And the breath. Big heart. Strong belly. All right, friends, take your last breath here and then take your time. We're just going to make a way through center. So come through center. Keep your tangled up leg shape. But we just want to move the hips over to the right now so we could drop the knees fluidly over to the left. And you may need to rearrange your arms and shoulders for this. Cactus arms press gently down as the sternum lifts. Breathe. So the left leg is still crossed over the right, and it's gently dragging that right leg down. Find a big chest here. Really wringing out your spine and your rib cage. Take your last breath here. Start to make your way through center. No rush. Untangle your legs. Okay, again, some more windshield wipers here. Side to side. Noticing a lot of sensation in your hips after that deep twist. From here, next time your knees point up, let's pause there. And you can tuck your hands behind your knees. And let's rock and roll a few times. So just playfully rock it up. Maybe you use your feet up top and then exhale, roll it down. So keep breathing. Make this feel really nice on your back. Okay, so maybe slow it down and intentionally turn it into a back massage on the floor. Try taking your knees wide, your elbows wide. Okay, maybe one more time. It should feel good. And the next time you're up in your seat, pause right there. And extend your legs out in front of you. Give them a nice little shake out. We want to grab the right foot here and pull it in, bending that right knee to point out to the right. And you're thinking of just stepping on your left inner thigh, okay? So your legs are nice and active here, and you're pushing down against the floor with just the right amount of activities. You can use your fingers beside you to keep you nice and long in your spine. So we're going to start to roll up and down out of this position. And so I'll show you just supporting yourself with your hands, and then you can feel free to take that support away over time. So go ahead and drop your fingers behind you. You can just fingertip the floor. And I want you to try to roll down to your elbows and then roll back up, okay? So you're maybe pushing with your arms. But I want to imagine, so try it a few times. Imagine that you could do it just with the strength of your abdominals, okay? So now try it as you extend the right leg to meet the left. Extend, bring it back in. Try it a few times. Lean back and extend. Bring it back in. Now try it without your hands reaching forward. It might be easier than you think. Think of rolling back as you extend that right leg, and then rolling back up as you pull the right foot in. So find just a little bit of a flow here. Inhale to roll back, extend. You might even rest on the floor. And exhale to roll it up. Slide that right foot in. Let's do it 3 more times. Building a little bit of warmth in the front of your body. 2 more. Feel free to do it with your hands too. 1 more, just like that. Let's hold here up top and breathe, okay? Reaching forward, maybe you drop your fingers on the floor somewhere underneath your shoulders, and keep the legs pressing against the floor. Keep your long spine. Okay, now we want to remember here that we have lots of time. So drop your shoulder blades down your back. Think of moving your heart towards your left big toe, and just breathe. Remember to activate your legs against the floor. And remember to lengthen your spine with every thought, okay? Every time you think about it, lengthen a little bit more. I like to inhale long spine and exhale, push down against the floor with my legs. So maybe you can try that little mantra. Long spine, inhale. Push down, exhale. We'll take several more breaths here. So you might even decide you want to come down to your elbows if that feels nice. Remember to keep pushing the floor with each exhale. Lengthening your neck. You may even decide you want to drop your head. So you're looking to let the whole back side of your body kind of melt open here. And with just the right amount of activation, you can find a whole lot of release. And it doesn't really matter how far you fold. You may be further away from the floor, okay, than you were yesterday. And that's fine. As long as it feels nice along the whole back line of the left leg, the left glute, the low back, all the way up to the base of your skull. So as you're ready, we're going to walk back up and out of this. Walk your hands back up by your hips until you're back up in a seat. Okay, check out where the left foot is and where the right knee is. And take your right hand out to the right so that it's in line with the left foot and the right knee. And then you can press up to a supported side plank and everything's already in line. Okay, how convenient. So take your time finding your supported side plank. Just want to take some time to reach that left hand way out over your head, over to the right. And breathe into the left side of your body. So one thing you can play around with here as we take a few more breaths is creating extra space in the left side by activating the right side. And by that I mean, if you try pushing the right hand and knee into the floor and pulling that belly button into your spine, contracting the right side, the left side will let go even more and you can expand into the ribs. Maybe even cactus the top arm and peel the armpit open a little bit to look up. Okay, big breath here in your supported side plank, opening up a lot of space on the left side of your back. One more big breath here. And we're bringing it back down to a seat. So come down where you were before, back to your seat. Okay, from here, press that right foot down into the floor now and point the right knee up into the ceiling. And we'll use the right leg to twist. So you can grab the right leg with your left arm, squeeze it in close to your body. Right fingers behind you as you look over the right shoulder can make you a little bit longer. Breathe here. Long spine, inhale. Press against the floor as you exhale and squeeze that knee towards you. So I want to feel this big twist all along the back of your body. Find deep breath here. Expand and contract those lungs. You might want to deepen it if you like by taking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Maybe one more really long, slow breath here. Unwind out of that twist, nice and slowly. And then you can drop your hands behind you and just shake your legs out. From here, we'll switch sides. So the right leg will be your long leg now, and your left foot will come in. And you'll step on your right inner thigh. So we're going to try that little rolling down, okay, and rolling up movement. I think it's easier without hands behind, but you can try either way. You can have your hands in front of you or your hands behind you as you roll up and down. So try the rolling up and down part first. Okay, rolling down, rolling up, and then maybe you add the leg. So as you inhale, the left leg slides down. As you exhale, the left leg slides back up and in so that the foot is stepping on your right thigh. So take a few more. Inhale to roll it down. Exhale to roll it up. So just really gently activating your core here and your abdominals. And that gives your low back a really trusty support system so that the low back doesn't have to work so hard. 3 more times. Two more. Last one. Okay, so I want to pause up here and kind of dive into this fold. So remember to keep your legs active. That's super, super important. In this kind of the secret to unlocking these folds is we activate against the floor. So long spine inhales. And with your exhales, you're pressing the floor down. You're moving your heart forward. And I want to take some time here, just enjoying this fold, okay? Just really diving in and letting it do its magic. So feel free to stay upright if that helps you keep a long spine. Remember to activate downward, lengthen outward. You may decide you want to be more heavy in your head and let your head come down. Just keep your neck long, okay? A few more breaths here. Keep reminding yourself to push the floor down, lengthen your spine. Looking for some release all across the back of the right leg, up through the whole back side of your body here. Take your last breath or two here. Okay, you could spend as long here as you wanted, but for our purposes, walk your way out. And we'll transition to that supported side plank on this side. So if you look at your right foot and your left knee, put your left hand over on the left so it's in line with the right foot and left knee. And then you're perfectly set up for a supported side plank, okay? I'll spin around to face you. So here we are. Take your time, making it feel just right. Okay, so here we get a really nice right side stretch. So peel the right side open. Think of reaching the right hand away from your right foot and pressing down into that right outer foot. We'll even open up your ankle, okay, the top of your foot. So we know that we can keep this really gentle, just kind of gently reaching away from the right foot, or we can decide to unlock the right side even more. So you decide what you need today. No matter what, you need strong belly muscles, pulling the belly button inward, and we need to push the floor down with the left side, using those left side muscles to open up in the right. And I like to think of trying to touch the floor. Big breath. You could also make this more of a cactus shape in the right arm, lifting your heart up, but make sure your belly is still strong. Maybe 2 more breaths here, reaching into that right side. If you're right-handed, this is going to be your more special side. And as you're ready, let's come out. So spiral yourself back down to the seat you were in before. And you can just pick up your left knee and point it up. And we'll twist from here. So that left knee, hug it close with your right arm. Look over the left shoulder, and you can use the left fingers to make you extra tall. Let's take some time here. Big breath. Think of lengthening upward in that spine. Press the floor down. I like to think of trying to lengthen my neck a little more and then turn my nose a little more to face over the shoulder. Find that big belly movement. Hopefully feeling a really nice stretching open feeling across the backs of your ribs here between your shoulder blades. You can deepen it if you like by taking right elbow to the outside of the left knee. One more breath here. Really enjoying this twist. All right, roll yourself out of that. Extend your legs. Shake it out. Okay, we've tried folding over one leg at a time. And now let's try folding with both legs out in front. So if it's difficult to sit up straight and have a long spine with your legs extended, then you have the choice to either lean back on your fingertips a little bit. You can use them to push down, help you out. Or you can bend your knees. Okay, sometimes even just bending one knee makes a difference. So notice how much easier it is to sit up tall if you bend your knees. That being said, even if you can extend your knees fully, please be sure to keep a little micro bend in them so that they never lock out, okay? Not just on your mat, but for the rest of your life. Okay, try to keep the knees always active. All of that being said, continue to press down into your strong legs. You're still pushing the floor away with or without your knee bend. And your spine is still long. And same thing here. I just want you to tip finger forward with your fingertips, making sure your upper body is always as long as it can be. Keep breathing. Close your eyes. Each inhale, you lengthen your spine towards your toes. And each exhale, you push the floor down with your legs, like you're kicking the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, kick the floor down. You might come down to your elbows, your forehead, who knows? You may prefer to stay up on your hands. But wherever you are, you're feeling a great release across the entire backside of your body. We'll take a few more breaths right here. Find softness and ease. How about one more long, slow breath here in this very nice fold. Take your time, walking yourself back up and out of it. Hands walk back, up and in, by your hips. Okay, and then lean back on your hands a little bit here. Put just enough bend in your knees so that your feet can come to the floor. And we're going to come down to elbows. So if you tuck your fingers right underneath your hips, you can drop back to your elbows. And then I like to do a visual check here, and I just visually check to see that the elbows are under the shoulders. Okay. So from there, you can use your shoulder blades to scoop up your heart and really get into that feeling. 2 shoulder blades together, lifting up your sternum high as it can go. So you want to keep that feeling, and that might be enough. You might feel so much going on in the fronts of your shoulders and your chest that you stay here. However, if you want to dive a little deeper into that heart opening feeling, and it feels okay on your neck and your spine, you're going to put some tuck in your chin. So you're trying to imagine that you want to keep your neck uncreased on all sides. No creases anywhere in your neck. So you're tucking your chin to make your neck extra long. And from there, you can start to point the top of your head back. It may begin to point a little closer to the floor, but you're still keeping your neck long and you're breathing. Keep breathing, keep lifting the sternum, tucking the chin. Only go as deep as feels right. One more breath here, big, wide open heart. To come out, pull your chin back into your chest so you're looking at your knees again. Move the elbows away from each other and come all the way down to your back. Okay, you have come all the way down to the floor. So lengthen your legs and your arms beside you. And start to settle into your final relaxation. Okay, your Shavasana. Allow your breath to be soft and easy. The body is soft and easy. And just take some time here observing breath. Observe the movements of your chest and belly without effort. Just complete surrender here. Your body already knows what to do. Notice every little sound and sensation about this moment. Allow yourself some time just to be and let your practice soak in, soak up the magic. So please keep resting for as long as you can. And this is where I will leave you for our practice today. Thanks so much for practicing with me.